call the member for Fraser on constituency statements.
Yes, Deputy Speaker.
The member for Fraser.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Last Saturday it was my pleasure to join a significant group of Canberrans on the Welcome to Australia walk. Welcome to Australia walks were organised throughout Australia on Saturday, and they recognise that there are thousands of Australians who don't care much for politics, don't know a great deal about immigration policy, but do know that they care about people. It began as a conversation between a number of individuals and not-for-profit organisations who believed there needed to be a positive voice in the conversation around multiculturalism. And last Saturday's was certainly a positive experience. These speakers included Henry Sherrill, the tireless organiser, MLA Joy Birch, Mark Colasingham, Claire Dubay, Dr Kim Hunya from ANU, who told a wonderful story in which he used the analogies of tomato soup, salads and stir-fries to describe the three alternative visions of multiculturalism, and Greens MLA Amanda Bresnan. Chris Burke and Katie Gallagher from the ACT Assembly were also there. I want to acknowledge David, a local Canberra resident and volunteer from Amnesty International ACT, Brad Chilcott, the national organiser of Welcome to Australia, and the major sponsors, Amnesty International Australia and Mission Australia, as well as the National Capital Authority and the ANU Student Society. I also want to recognise the member for Hindmarsh for his spearheading of Welcome to Australia walks within this parliament. Now, as we were walking down to the Assembly, my 5-year-old son Sebastian said, "So Dad, what's a refugee?" And I said, "Well, it's someone who's been treated badly in the place where they grew up, and so they've gone somewhere else to find a safe space." And he paused for a moment and he said, "Oh, so it's a bit like Harry Potter then." And I thought it was a nice analogy. But there is great things going on in the ACT as well. It was my great pleasure to attend the Migrant Refugee Settlement Services of the ACT's Career and Housing Expo in the Theo Nataris Centre on the 7th of June. I'd pay tribute to Duwani Buckham, the CEO of Mars, for her work in providing opportunities for newly arrived migrants and refugees in the ACT to access those two critical pathways into Australian society, good quality housing and a fulfilling job. Those around the room, whether they were from the University of Canberra, from rental services, house sale services, or from the employment agencies, were all there united to help ACT refugees blend in to the Canberra community, while still retaining that great spark of the individual societies from which they come. Australia is a stronger nation for our migrants and refugees, and I'm proud to have been a part of these events.